Okay, so this is a late spring plantation update. This is the peach tree, one of the peach trees that are in the row here. And I just weeded all this section here, this pot here. And the peach tree's doing pretty good. These looking good. And so far I'm happy with this peach tree. And you see extra growth on the leaves here, and the stems. So hopefully next year we'll get some good peaches. Get the peaches growing. But this is good. Peach tree so far is growing good. Had a little bit of concern about a month ago, and I put that fungicide stuff on it, and seems to have done well. Here's a little defects on the leaves. Hoping there's nothing to be concerned about. Let me just probably just clip these off. Another one over here. Could be just be bugs eating some of the leaves too. Hopefully that would be the case, and not a problem with the fungus on the peaches, on the peach tree. So this one's going good. Got the Alberta spruce here, the dwarf Alberta spruce. Going good. And I just watered all these plants just a little while ago. Here's the pink flowering dogwood. Leaves are doing incredibly well. I didn't see any pink flowers on this as of yet. I got to weed this part over here though still. The other plots are still going to weed. So that's what I did. I planted one of the dead robins that came out of the nest that died. I actually buried it in this pot. And hopefully its body will fertilize the pink flowering dogwood. Okay, over here is the bush that I planted a while ago. I didn't see anything come out of it yet. The fig tree. You see a little stem there. That's about it for here. And I got a bunch of rose bushes planted here. These actually rose bushes. Like this one there and that one over there. I got these from Lowe's. They were trying to get rid of them because they didn't think they would grow, and they gave it to me for like 40% off, 40% of the regular normal price, maybe even a third. And I got these real cheap because they were basically giving away because they didn't think they would grow. So I planted them, watered them, and fertilized them, gave them good soil, and they are doing really good. I got the red roses coming out of there. This one I bought at regular price, and the cheaper one actually looks better than this one so far. But this one's pretty new. I only planted that one like about 2 or 3 weeks ago. This one's been here about a month and a half, I think. And that one's the red, and this is the yellow one. And the yellow roses here, white roses, coming out really good. The yellow. Clip the old petals there. I gotta do some clipping of these ones here too. I'm gonna get my clippers out and do them, which I'll do. But these, like I said, these were the cheap rose bushes I got on sale at Lowe's because they didn't think they would grow. And like I said, I took care of them, fertilized them, gave them some good soil, and they are doing very good. With the little thorns here, you don't want to put your fingers on that. And so there's those. Here's the other peach tree. Looking really good. This was planted, one of the first peach trees that I planted here in October, I believe. That one's doing really incredibly well. The leaves are looking really good. Still got a weed over here though. Do that later when the sun goes down a little bit. Right now it's a little too sunny and bright, and I got a little bit of a headache. You can see it's growing new stems here. It's a good sign that hopefully we'll get peaches by next year. The peach tree. Georgia Bill peach tree. That's the Alberta peach tree right there. That's the Alberta peach. This is the Georgia, Bella, Georgia. Yeah, Bella, Georgia peach tree. And it's producing pretty good shade here too. You can see the shade. Peach tree. This one is the scrawniest of my peach trees. See, the leaves don't look that great, but it's thinking it'll grow. Must be probably because I got a smaller pot. I put it in this because these planters weren't already theirs, and that one, so I just made one here in the dirt. And there could be a factor why it's the scrawniest of peaches. This one over here, looking really good. This was another late plant. I planted this probably in December, I believe. Maybe January. Here, gypsy barking. But it's doing good. In the neighbor garden that I planted for him, although he bought these cheap bushes, they haven't been doing that good. It looks like they're very dry. I've been watering them. They look bone dry. I told him, you need to get better plants. We got these cheap bushes from Lowe's, which I didn't really care much about. Here's the Alberta spruce, dwarf Alberta spruce. You see the moisture on it. Wet it. Here's the bush. Can't remember the name of this bush. That's not a rose. I can't remember the name of it though. And here's the potato plants. Potato plants are doing very well. You got little flowers in here, which is an indicator that they are producing. So I may have a good crop of potatoes in this little section here that I planted. I probably should have planted potatoes in the back of the rose bush. But you can see some potatoes popping out of the ground already. Right there. So let's go in the back. I'll show you what I did with the plantation here. Bird. These are squash plants I planted in a little cup. And I got them in a little container. Nothing in the container has grown yet. And some of these pots haven't had nothing forming out yet either. A little stem there, a little sprout. And these bigger pots, nothing has come up. I'm beginning to think maybe the bird ate the seeds out of there or something. These pots have been here about almost a good month, and I don't see nothing coming out of it. These birds have been coming by here, and they land on the pots. I'm thinking they may have been eating the seeds. This is one of the tomato plants that they have in the cage. There's this big pot. And the tomato there. Really weird looking tomato. And squash in that pot. And some of these have, I think that's an onion now. I don't like onions, but I had those seeds that I found in the parking lot, and that's what I took. I got all the wires out, and I redid this plantation because the watermelons, remember the watermelons I had here, they were doing very badly. So I dug all the sprouts of the old watermelon plants, which weren't doing anything. Those just come up like maybe like 2 inches, and they were not growing. So I dug all this up. Remember there were 6 rows here. I figured, well, maybe it's because they weren't spaced out enough, and maybe there was too much. They weren't big enough. The hills weren't big enough, and it was getting drowned by when it does have the good amounts of rain. So I dug all that up, and I planted some of the tomato plants that I had in the pots, and so that's what these are. These 2 rows here. I haven't used this row as of yet because I don't have enough plants to put in there. I may put the squash in there. I don't like squash or onions, but like I said, I had them for free, the seeds for free, and so that's what I used. These are the rows. So maybe we'll get some tomatoes at least, because I haven't had much success so far this year here in North Carolina with growing anything. At least in watermelons. I was really looking for those watermelons growing up, but they didn't do it good at all. So I'm going to try these tomatoes, and if they don't work out, if they die during the summer, I might try pumpkins and see what pumpkins will do. And I was really disappointed the watermelons didn't come out right. And so I got those cages there. I can reset these up with the tomatoes when they get a little bigger and they start drooping over. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with that other rows yet. Probably plant this squash in there. See how they go, the transplants. These are some of the pots. Squash plant. And a little squash stem right there growing. And I got this little container I got from a pack of strawberries. And so I just planted a seed in there. And you got a little sprout there, it looks like coming up. No, that's not nothing. Oh yeah, it is a sprout. And so these are all squash, and I think this is an onion, if I'm not mistaken. I got them mixed up. I don't know which is which anymore. I got them all together, and that's a squash. Nothing in this little thing here has grown. I believe I planted onions there. I think that's an onion plant, and squash. So that's the plantation update. I don't know what I did. Took all the bricks out, which is quite heavy work, moving these bricks out there. And so hopefully this time the plantation will grow good. Hope you enjoyed the video.